You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy podcast network.
Damn, Daniel.
And here we go.
And we are live. We'll do it live. Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football balls for everyone. Today's time, Mike Krishna. I'm joined as always by Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Getting kind of anxious. We got Wednesday. We're looking forward to. Pretty big week so far. Who knows? How are you feeling right now, buddy? You getting nervous?
I'm very anxious. But I'm seeing all of these posts on social media of people like already arriving in Prague. And it's like, I really wish it was tomorrow. But I just need to get this out of the way. Yeah. I'm going to be nervous tomorrow. But who'd have thought, though? Who'd have thought?
I mean,
you know, June 5th, and we're still here talking because there's competitive West Ham ahead of us.
What a time to live. What a time.
Normally we'd be on a little summer break, but nope, we're still rocking and rolling. We've still got another one to go.
Yeah.
So much.
We have to have some sort of recap, even though it'll be a week plus later, but still. We'll recap it.
Yeah. Recap it. I think, it'll be very. I imagine if we win, it could possibly be our longest ever episode, where we'll just be talking nonsense, just cheering, being happy. And if we lose, then it'll be like, "Yep, we lost."
So fast, and then hey, it's been real, guys. Later.
Also, just a heads up, at some point today, so we're going to talk about obviously the West Ham game against Fiorentina, and then we're going to get a little bit of Ted Lasso chat in at the end of the show. So just in case, even though if you are a Ted Lasso fan and you haven't watched the finale yet, who are you? But so we'll leave it to the end. So if you haven't watched it yet, you can turn off.
We'll tell you before. Yeah, we'll tell you before.
But yeah, other than that, other than feeling nervous, so I was going to. By the way, have you ever heard of this website called Kick?
No.
It's basically like a knockoff of Twitch. It's like if you go to kick.com, it's basically exactly like Twitch. And I signed up to it. And we should be streaming live on Kick right now, but it's already fucked up. So we're only on YouTube and Twitch, but whatever.
Yeah, I was trying to share it on Facebook. I just noticed we're not on Facebook either.
No, yeah, I replaced the Facebook with Kick, and Kick fucked up, so now we're on Facebook. So that blew up in my face.
Go back to Facebook.
We'll go back to Facebook for next week, and then I'll see if I can work out Kick. Bobby McFunnel was in the live chat. Did you see that article about Rodgers being the greatest athlete playing for New York?
Sounds like a made-up article because that ain't true. His name, I didn't know that Rodgers was it like a nickname for Daniel Jones or something? So that's the best athlete.
Was that on The Onion?
Oh, it might have been, yeah. It's been.
You always got to check, see if it's a parody. I'm sure that was by the sounds of it.
Well, the best athlete in New York right now has to be Aaron Judge at this current point in time, right? Like what he's done in the last couple of weeks, we're like, oh, cool. Like I hit bombs, and then I'm also gonna just jump over the fence and rob you of home runs, and then I'm just gonna take away bases from you just by breaking your fence and do that shit too. Like Judge has been kind of a stud lately, just because he's such a physical freak,
and even fences, he's like, I don't care. Pow!
Fuck your fences. Kayvon Thibodeau, he's on his way there. I think right now, just because he's reigning MVP, you gotta give the Judge, right?
Apparently, it's all time. So yeah, no. If we're gonna go all time, I'm sure there's been better in the history. Yeah. Don't try to bring down a bitch. Don't kill my vibe.
Eli Manning. he's
That's
even an
a
athlete.
stretch.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I was like, he's not very an athlete, but
2-time Super Bowl MVP winning athlete.
maybe.
People forget that.
Was he always known? I don't think Eli Manning will ever go down known for his athleticism.
His mental athleticism. That's what really counts there, kids.
He's a street smart kind of guy.
He's very street smart. That gets you a lot further in life.
Like if he went up to one of those like street guys and they were like, with the cup and you try to find and they always like fuck you up, or the card guy, he would still work that even if you're trying to stooge him. He'd know how to work that out. Yeah, other than before we get into anything interesting happened in the life of Alex Middleton in the last 6 days?
Not particularly. No. What about you, bud?
I got food poisoning over the weekend. Ooh. That was fun.
That's not fun at all.
No. And it was one of those. It was perfectly timed because it was like around Friday afternoon it kicked in, and then I started feeling better right towards the end of Sunday night. So it's like it just nicely covered the weekend, which is always nice.
I had like allergies or some shit on Saturday, and Emma just kept giving me this kind of stuff. It was like, just take this every 3 hours, and I was like, all right, and I was fine on Sunday. But it was like, what the fuck, dude? Why? Like, knew it was the weekend, and I was just like, fuck you, dude.
I don't know if it's like climate change or whatever, but the pollen over here has been disgusting.
It's so much everywhere, right?
Because I will clean I'll get a car wash, and the next morning, the windscreen's just covered in green shit. It's like, what the fuck? So there you go. That's our riveting pollen talk.
Talking pollen.
Hopkins visited New York. Don't know if that involved the Giants. Did he?
Can't rule it out.
I didn't see it. Hopkins, New York. I don't even know how to even look up there. Oh, the first I've just put Hopkins, New York, and the first search result: Boomer Esiason warns Giants to steer clear of DeAndre Hopkins. That's an unfortunate first name, isn't it? Boomer. Because it's got very negative. Could that be like the male version of Karen? I know it's not exactly the same, but it's like that. If your name's
Chad,
Karen,
is that?
Oh, now everyone's going to think I'm a Karen because my name's Karen. Boomer. West Ham playing Wednesday, Europa Conference League final. Fiorentina. I know you got a big brain for the Serie A. So why don't you break down what West Ham have got to be worried about on Wednesday from this hot Fiorentina side?
Well, there's a guy named, I think it's Curb. The problem is they all have very Italian names. I don't want to stereotype the Italians, but they do sound a lot alike. I think it's Carabao, maybe was what it was. Was the guy we got to watch out for?
Here I am. I'm back.
Come on.
Arthur.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's Arthur Carabao. We got to watch out for that guy. Because that guy's good.
What does he play?
He's a forward. That's what it says.
Well,
I think I just looked up. And then Nicolas Gonzalez, the Argentinian guy. Those are their two dudes we gotta watch out for on offense. So Areola has been watching film on him, I'm assuming. He obviously doing a ton of prep. Way more than me.
The only thing is that, where is it? In terms of stats for this season, I mean, I know we're not ones to talk because we haven't exactly got barn burners, but their top scorer is Arthur Cabral, the Brazilian, 8 goals.
That guy was the guy I said to watch out for.
16 goals, sorry. 16 goals. Sorry, I was looking at fucking
Cabral.
League stats.
Gotta watch out for him.
And then Gonzalez, 13 and 17 games. That looks good. That's a danger, man.
Also said that guy's name.
Yeah.
too.
while I was
so
trying to
I'm
work
very
out why I
on
wasn't
it.
in the stream anymore. But yeah, the trouble is, annoyingly, they missed out on European football in the league by like just a tad.
Because then they wouldn't have anything to play for.
Exactly. I mean, obviously they want to still win, but there's that added
Right.
like oh, if we
They
lose, we'll
lost
see
the
on Europe
Coppa
next year.
Italia too. But now I was doing some, some mathematics, some brain cranial gymnastics today.
Mhm.
Trying to be like, what is it going to be that West Ham has for a win? Like Declan Rice puts his stamp on it. Like, this is what I gave to my time at West Ham. I can write off this way if I want to. Or maybe we convince him to stay like we talked about last week. Also, don't we have a couple of Czech players? Where's the final at? Prague. Yeah. I'm feeling like a little Suchek goal. Maybe. Huh?
With a Sufal assist, Sufal cross, Suchek header.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna throw some cash on Suchek to score because it's like he's familiar with the country. I think he's played in a stadium before, probably played in all the stadiums in that country. It's not that big.
What is it? Because he played for Sparta.
Got so many. Sparta Prague, so probably there. Which like home field advantage, basically. He's basically playing at home. Bad news if you're a Fiorentinian. Nailed it.
Where's the final? Is that the home stadium of Fortuna Arena and Slavia Prague? Wait, Slavia
Prague.
Isn't that where Suchek?
That's what I thought. I was under the impression
Prague. It was Slavia Prague. It was Slavia Prague. Boom, yeah. So yeah, it's a home game. It's a home game for him, basically. We've got this in a bag. So you're the betting master, you're the man with the plan. Can you link up that kind of like bet to where like a Suchek goal with a Sufal assist, or do they have to be individual bets? I think Sufal
probably have to be.
I think
I'm sure in some places you can probably parlay it. I don't think on mine you can particularly do that, but you could be like to have an assist and then to score a goal, and you could do it separately if you wanted. I'm probably just gonna do score a goal. I don't know. I feel like I'm feeling like Benny's gonna do something, and I'm feeling like Suchek's gonna do something. So I'm gonna put a little money on both of those guys to score. I'm feeling like this is gonna be we're gonna have ourselves like this isn't gonna be a one-sided affair. It feels like a 2-3 game or something like that.
Oh yeah,
no, we're not
There's
really.
no way we can clean sheet.
But like they score a lot. We do not have a lot of clean sheets to the real teams in this. But no offense to Genk or whoever else the fuck we played, but real teams. And yeah, I don't know. I'm really. Every time I look at Fiorentina, it scares me. Like I watched part of their game this weekend, and like they looked really good. I think they won 3-1. But
didn't they go 1-0 down and then they came back?
Yeah, and I was like, that's a lot of goals they're scoring. But yeah, I think that West Ham, it's like they know what they got to play for, and like we did kind of sacrifice part of the Premier League season for this. And I think that like everybody's got to know that, and obviously like Fiorentina has to know like everybody's playing for the same shit. But I just feel like West Ham's like got such a group of guys that like we've built the team that they have now. Like this is what they need to win. They need to bring that title home. I think they do. They think they do it, man. I think it's 3-2 West Ham, and I think Suchek scores for sure in home, and it's gonna be great. And then Sufal's gonna come give him a big hug. They're gonna get the flag. It's gonna be awesome. Then they'll both get the trophy.
Oh yeah, them two walking around holding the trophy up with the Czech flag.
That'd be pretty great.
It's going to be our thumbnail next week.
Yeah, well, calling it.
But did you see? There's a rumor going around as well that the Fiorentina, they've been planning on doing tactical fouls a lot to kind of rile us up and get us off our game. Which, if that's the case, you're talking about Ben Rama scoring a goal. I wouldn't be shocked if maybe we get a little cheeky foul in the penalty box.
I think they're gonna shut that shit down if they see some of that shit going down early. Like, I know Italian refs can be kind of sketchy, so I don't know who the refs are. I don't know if they're Italians, but I would assume they're not going to let them be. Italians and
No, they
Englishmen
won't be.
probably don't get to do that, right?
It won't be an English. They did referee.
I'll be fucking pissed if there was an Italian there. Just an Italian.
League.
It seems like I'm just going to call rigged immediately.
Spain. He's a Spanish man. Whole Spanish team. Carlos del Cielo Grande. He's gonna be the referee.
All right. I don't know a lot about him, but fair guy, I would assume, until he makes a bad call, and then he's shit.
Wouldn't it be nice though, like as a callback to last season, instead of one of our players, if one of their players gets sent off early on?
God, dude, that would be the dream, man. Right? Like, is that not the dream? Like, I know you want to play them at their full strength or whatever, but it's like, give me the second minute, them getting a red card. Like, I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Screw that. I don't care.
I want to win a cup. I don't fucking care, man.
Their best 11 get food poisoning the night before, and we play their back.
Not wishing that on anybody, obviously.
A win is a win.
Not wishing that on anybody, but that happens. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, poor this. This sucks.
No, I was kind of hoping for a competitive game.
Well, fucking run it up.
Screw that.
Blow them out.
And then this happens. 6-0
West Ham.
Boom.
Do it, Alex. Do it, bro.
But yeah, I feel it's either going to be. I feel it's written in the stars. It's going to be a nervous game. Like it's either going to be like they'll score early, and then maybe we'll.
Oh, we're absolutely going to get up a goal first. Like that is how West Ham plays, and it's going to hurt me, and I'm going to hate it, and then we're going to be mad, and I'm in a bad mood. Was it the first leg of the semi game or the quarterfinal game where we went down 1-0 and I was like, what the fuck is this game? This is so fucking stupid. And then we came back. I think we won 2-1 and then we ended up being 4-1 or 5-1 in the aggregate. But it was just like very West Ham for me. Like, I remember working out being like, God damn it, of course we go down 1-0.
It was this. I think you're thinking of. Is it the second leg of the quarterfinals against Ghent? When they scored first and they were up 2-1 on aggregate, and then
maybe. And then I think they even scored 1-2, but they took it back because it was offsides. And I was like, "Oh, really? We're just gonna do this?" And then they took it because it was just like I was like, "We're imploding now. This is the worst." And then we turned it around. I'm like, "Oh shit, we do know how to play."
No, was that the first one where they got? Because then
I don't remember. I just remember there was one, and I was like, "This is so West Ham." But I hope that, we go out there and we're the team that fucking just like beats the shit out of them, dude. Like if they're going to be chippy, let them be chippy, but know that going into it. And obviously if we know it, they probably know it too. As long as the refs are calling the shit that they should be calling and we don't do anything stupid, Cresswell, please don't do anything stupid. Just don't get a red card, right? We'll be fine. Shoot the ball, play back. When you got to play back, I don't fucking know the rule. Just score goals. That's all I care about. Score goals and give up less goals, and then we're good. Can't lose games that way.
Cresswell will be starting because again,
I'm just saying I don't want him to go in and fuck it up.
They were planning. Don't forget. There was testing out in training Ben Rama as a wingback to solidify the deep. So maybe like a back three with two wingbacks. Like maybe like Edison.
Just let him go sometimes. Just let him go. Let him fly. Let the volcano go.
Or Sufal. You got to have Sufal. You have to play him. He has to start in this game.
Well, he's in Prague, yeah. Duh.
But what are you predicting? What's
3-2. 3-2. I feel like it would obviously be very West Ham for it to go to penalties, and that penalties is just a crapshoot. But I want it just win it 3-2. Win it 3-2 in regulation. Souček scores. Benny scores, and then I don't know. Maybe Souček. Somebody else will score too. I'm not going to tell the third goal score. That's an open-ended one.
So you're
Benny scores and Souček scores. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling who else the third goal scorer is.
This is where I think it's going to play out. Just keep my nerves erect, right? I reckon they're going to go 1-0 up early. Yeah. Within the first couple of minutes. And it's going to be a real, shitty goal where you're like, oh, how the fuck did we let that in? Like,
Somebody doesn't get back. Kira probably doesn't get back because Kira's always due for that when he's like, what, it's been 5 weeks, 6 weeks since he left up. Like he's awesome, or he just gives up the dumbest goals.
And it's gonna be like something where like Areola goes down the wrong knee and it's like he touches his glove and it just trickles in, or some horrible nightmare type shit like that.
But maybe not though. Maybe Areola's like, this is my time. I'm keeper number
I
one.
Fucking hope so.
Just clean sheet city. And then we're like, remember that legendary, this is his David Martin moment. I saw David Martin, like, anniversary of him signing with the club, and I was like, I will never forget that Chelsea game, David. I bought a bottle of Remy Martin, and I just got wasted that day. That was a wonderful day. Oh, no. Now your goalkeeper's down, and it's before the game against Chelsea, who's going to fucking smoke you. Oh, okay, cool. Well, here's this David Martin guy. Oh, shit, they can't score on him. That was awesome.
That was a great game. And his dad was in the crowd. Oh,
your David Martin, and then you get the hug. Oh, feels. But
yeah, so I'm gonna go with Fiorentina early goal to frustrate us, and it's gonna go halftime 1-0. We'll be 1-0 down at halftime, just so I have to stress.
I'm gonna hate.
So I have to stress throughout the halftime.
Mike, it better not be.
And then I reckon we're gonna get the equalizing goal around 54 minutes.
Okay.
And it's gonna just drag and drag and drag. And then we'll get like an 89th minute goal. And then they'll say there's like 10 minutes of added on time, and we're going to be like, fuck.
Oh, yeah. It'll be, we, for some reason, are adding 45 full minutes.
Yeah. And then, that. So in like the 8th minute of added on time, that's when Souček pops in, gets the 3-1 goal, and the world erupts. And everyone's happy. So I'm going to go 3-1 West Ham.
Let's go. I would love that.
Souček winner.
Just a
Bowen. I reckon Bowen will score.
Oh, Bowen's a good call.
And you know what? I'm going to go with Paquetá getting a cheeky goal. Like a really.
What I love about
Paquetá.
Paquetá is like, since he's new, like we just forget that he's a stud, and we're like, oh yeah, you're right, we do have Paquetá, and then he does something else. Like, that was so cool. I forgot he was on our team for a second. But he's like a major part of the team. But like just because he's new, I'm like, all right, goal scorer. Initially, I'm thinking so and so and so and so. Oh wow, yeah, we do have Paquetá.
Like when he gets the ball and there's like 4 people around him, and he's like, I don't give a shit, and he's just like, whoop, 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 takes it around them all,
spin around everybody. Yeah, he's wild. He's wild. I love Paquetá.
So that's our predictions. Tune in next week. Hopefully we're correct.
We will be. All of it is correct. The win specifically. And then Declan Rice announces he doesn't really want to go to Arsenal, that he loves West Ham so much he wants to stay there forever, signs a lifetime contract on the cheap, but just like gets a bunch of awesome deals because he's such a great guy. And
while he's on the podium,
we knight him.
He's lifting a trophy on the podium, and then someone hands him a microphone, and in Wolf of Wall Street style, he goes, I'm never leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving, mates. That's probably what.
And then he does some really awkward dance like he likes to do.
But still, stay.
I'll love it.
Please stay. Please stay.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Alex, where are you going to watch the game, Alex? Maybe that weird guy will be watching with you again. Oh yeah.
I hope that guy's not, because that guy brought some voodoo. I think we have to run him off if he does show up. I will be at Nick's place on Rocky Ridge Road if you want to come in Houston, Alex. So watch, but no bad voodoos. Don't bring any bad voodoo, please. Only good positive vibes, because that is what we need. Have you done what I've done and already picked out which shirt you're gonna wear? I've been torn. Okay, so like, hear me out. I feel like I have bad luck wearing the home jersey that we always wear, but we're wearing the white jersey this year. I have that throwback white they used to wear, like one of the Nobles last year's, the old, like the FA Cup one that they had. Mm-hmm. Where it's got like, it's the V-neck. It looks old school. I was thinking that because like that was when they won the FA Cup, which is really their last big trophy, right? Yeah, this would be the biggest trophy since then. So I go white. I'm going like retro. Let me see if I can find. Right. Okay. We're riding. But do I wear this hat if we lost? If we lost the last game I was at, not Conference League though. Do I wear this hat? Lots of big questions.
I mean, it's a good hat.
It is a good hat, but I feel like what if the vibes aren't great from the hat? That would be bad.
I can't even remember the
Name is at
name.
2:00 our time, Alex. So see there in the comments.
Yes. This is the one. Let me see if I can save the image.
You're screen sharing it. This is good. This is good. You guys are getting to see a little behind the scenes how Mikey is just running the show at home in Jersey. One guy in Houston, one guy in Jersey. Somehow we're all united with West Ham. And look at that. Now we've got fancy graphics up. Look at all this. Mike does it all. Does it all. It's a real guy. Real player. He's a real guy. He's a real person. He exists.
I'm a real boy.
A lot of people think that I'm just having AI partners, and it's not. It's Mike. He's a real guy. All right. I've hung out with that. Dagenham's. Oh, that's good. Which is kind of, if I'm not mistaken, the logo or like the jersey that they modeled this year's home jersey after.
Except for with the lines, it's like graffiti.
Right. But like that was like a modern version of that. Is from what I understood. Because I think West Ham really only has like 8 different jerseys. And then every time they come out with a new one, they're like, it's an homage to this one. And it's like, well, like that one was an homage to the one that was 10 years prior to it. It's like, well, we kind of just do this over and over again. Like next year, it looks like we're going to just have the sleeves again, which is good. I didn't hate that. I hated the one where it was like half blue on the top and then the other part was red. That looks stupid.
Or I could go with this beauty.
You got a pony one?
Oh yeah, I got a pony one.
That's sick, dude.
Wear it, my pony.
Yeah, I got just like from a couple of years ago that white away one that they would wear sometimes, and I thought that looks cool.
Except for when
I'm feeling like
I haven't got boobs like the model there, but
you could pad. It's padding.
I could.
Stuff.
So yeah, that's. But yeah, I think I'm going.
And that's our fit check. We should post a fit check, or we should get like your wife to get you like doing like a game day, like what the players do when they're walking into the arenas. You're just like, you got like your coffee that morning. You got a beer in your hand. You have a suitcase. Like, why do you have a suitcase if you're walking to work? Because they need to. All right, you're going to the couch. What are you doing?
I have to get like oversized headphones.
I'll have a backpack and a thing of food. It's like, why are you taking food to a bar that serves food? Because it's my lucky stuff, dude. Well, no, we have to do the soccer player thing or football player thing where they're just like shaving kits. We don't have like full bags. I don't know how they like. What do you have in there? Just, I mean, Jack Grealish hair bands.
If you're gonna shave,
just have hair stuff.
Do it at the hotel before you get on the bus. But I guess if you
don't think they got all that shit there,
he'd probably like has to redo his hair.
Like, you don't think Declan Rice could be like, "Hey, anybody got a razor?" Yeah, Jack Grealish is just full with that. No, I was just saying, like, you don't think Declan Rice is like, if he was like, "Hey, like Kit man, I need a razor," like that guy wouldn't be like, "I got some. Hold on."
Yeah. But then maybe they're all superstitious. No, I gotta use my lucky razor. It's my lucky game day razor. Just
like us, who just spent 10 minutes discussing what jerseys we're gonna wear. Sorry, I don't want to jinx it.
And if we win it, we have to wear the same shirts next week for the season finale. When we win.
When we win. And then like, can we? No, I don't want to jinx it. Talk to you about it on Wednesday.
Text me after we win.
No. After we win. Say, Alex, what was it that you wanted to talk about? But said, I'll tell you after we win because I don't even want to I'm not putting that voodoo out there, Mike. I'm not.
Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna do that.
I appreciate it.
This loss, which we won't get a loss, but if we were to have gotten a loss on a theoretical that we're running out here, then I'm not. It's not on me.
We are.
All right. Good.
Clear.
We're massive. West Ham's massive.
Everywhere we go. Okay. Now is the time. Oh, yep. Sorry.
Can I just say I saw a Premier League meme that I feel like I should have shared with you to share on this, which that was on me. Hand up. But I think that it was my favorite game I've seen this year, and it was where it was Leicester City got promoted, won a title, and were relegated over this span of 9 years. All in that time, Harry Kane won no trophies. And it was like, oh, good. I always like when they circle back. And by the way, Harry Kane's not winning anything. Harry Kane just, by the way, hasn't won anything.
Such a shame.
That's like when they fucking would troll us for Mark Noble. Like, oh, how many English appearances? Like, I don't fucking give a shit about English, dude. I don't give a fuck about the English national team. I know you do, but like, who fucking cares, dude? How many trophies has Harry Kane brought them? None. Still, wherever he is, they don't win things.
West Ham should go sleeveless so they look like a bunch of badasses. Yeah, get the guns out.
Leather jerseys.
Oh, I got a
Antonio would look so shredded.
Talking about sleeveless, so I bought a new tank top at my local brewery, and it's got that the brewery logo on and all that stuff, but it's a tank top and it's like a blue body with red, so it's like the Giants retro jersey. It looks cool as fuck. I'm gonna look so cool at the beach.
You're gonna look the coolest, bro.
Get my water pistols out, as I like to call them.
Fuck yeah, dude. Just start doing a couple of dumbbells a day. Just the glamour muscles. Just do a couple of these. A couple of these over there. A couple of these. A couple of these. Get those pecs going nice and good. You'd be crushing.
Get my boobs nice and worked out.
Be crushing.
Anyway. Let's wrap up. Let's talk this. Do you want to do a TED talk?
We'll talk a little TED. Real quick. Yeah, why not?
Before we go into individual little bits, overall, was you satisfied with how it ended? Was you because obviously, a lot of TV shows do a great job and then they fuck up the finale. How would you rate this?
Yeah. I mean, it's like overall in the series, like the finale, I was very happy. I thought the finale was awesome. I thought it was about an A finale. I don't know, A+, but like that's an A of a finale. You got a bunch of answers to a bunch of the stuff, even when they had certain things. But this is obviously spoilers. We're allowed to. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know, just try and tune out. 3, 2, 1. All right. I thought that like Keely not ending up with Jamie and Roy at the end, like where it was just kind of like, oh, I get to decide. Thanks, assholes. And like they get that was kind of a funny, like not everything gets wrapped up. Ted didn't find a wife. We see it's kind of ambiguous with how it ends with him and his wife. Like I didn't see the psychiatrist guy there or the therapist there. I don't know if that meant that they cut things off. It seemed like it wasn't going great while he was watching that last game.
Cliffhanger.
But I thought the finale was great. Like it left enough stuff unopened. They didn't win the league. That was like that would have just been too Disney, too Hollywood. But yeah, I mean, it was very. That was the beauty of Ted Lasso. It was kind of cheesy, and they played into that. Ted gets to go see his kid. You get all like I spent forever on TikTok just looking at the like Easter eggs from it. Like, oh, this is the book from Jamie that he gave Jamie that Jamie gets that thing out of. This is this. He's telling be a goldfish. This is this. Sam got that picture and he got to finally take the picture out of his locker. This and this and this. And it was like, okay. So yeah, I think it was an A finale. What about you?
Yeah, I think A is fair. There's maybe one or two things I was
it was cheesy though. So like that's how I write off anything. I was like, yeah.
Cheesiness I was fine with. That's because I thought the training ground song performance was a little bit like,
but
there you go. But it's like
on brand for them though, so it's that I can see that was silly, but yeah, I could have done without.
And I know I predicted it, so I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't get it right. But I thought for the story arc, because I know you just said like the Keely thing, not all stories, I guess, got wrapped up in a happy bow. But I just thought with the story arc, I thought it made more sense for Nate to be the next Richmond AFC manager rather than Roy.
And then he just goes back to Kitman.
Yeah.
And it's like, but there's already a Kitman.
But I did the office reference. Or is this assistant to the Kitman?
Right. That was funny. I noticed that right off the bat. That was cool. And then Yeah, I mean, I didn't really give a fuck about Keely's. Like they spent a lot of time on like, oh, she gets a new PR firm and this is going. I was like, I don't care about Keely's storyline. I didn't care about Keely's storyline. It made sense when she was dating one of the players. I get that they had to keep her in there, but like I did not care. When Rebecca was in there, I cared about Rebecca's storylines. I cared about like Rebecca, like, and it's not me just shitting on female leads and anything. It's like Rebecca had an awesome storyline. I loved everything she was in. Keely just was like, I just don't care. I don't care about your PR firm. I thought that her friend, her coworker, the lady liked the blood and rugby and all that stuff, she was funny.
That was a great character.
But like, I just didn't care about Keely. No offense. It was a weird arc that they just kept fitting her into random shit.
How with the wrapping it up sort of nicely is Rebecca, I guess you're led to believe is she's now going to be a stepmother.
Yeah, that was weird, and that was also very Hollywoody, where it was like, oh, really? You just happened to run into the guy who also happened to be a pilot, which
that was a bit weird.
He's a Flying Dutchman. Think about that.
Isn't that a pirate ship in Pirates of the Caribbean? Okay.
He's a Dutchman.
He's a Flying Dutchman. Yeah. Talking about Easter eggs, I was looking at. So the actress that plays the Dutchman's daughter was the same one that played the flashback of young Rebecca.
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
But my favorite Easter egg was the Jamie Tart one with the baseball hat.
Icon and icog.
That's chef's kiss. That's chef's kiss moment.
That was good.
Like the one because it's wearing it at the exact same time where he refuses to put money into the donation box but he's wearing the icog as he's stuffing money into it this time.
He's just like, shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, it was a good ending. I mean, overall, I felt the show had an awesome first season. Everybody kind of needed it when it came out, and then the second season was very meh. The beard episode in season 2 is probably my favorite episode of all of it. Like the weird where he goes and ends up with like Jamie Tart's dad, and that whole storyline season 2 plays out. And then it's just beard and like a weird like what's going on out here. Like that was a fun one for me. And then I noticed at the end that the couple that like the big dude that like saved his ass was at the end when they were getting married. The redhead lady and that guy. And I was like, wait, where are they from? Oh, that's from that beard episode where he gets the pants.
They have a new baby.
Yeah. It was good. I thought the last season it was kind of a dud overall. It just felt like but the storylines are weird. I think again the Keely thing kind of like was a turn off for me. And every time that it would flash to a Keely storyline, I'm like, I don't care. Show me somebody else. Literally anyone else. Give me more Higgins. Give me more anybody. Give me more Rebecca. Give me more Ted. Give me more Beard. I want somebody else besides Keely. I didn't care. The Keely Jack storyline was garbage. It was garbage. It felt forced. Then they had the
oh no, she's trying too hard and giving you gifts. I don't care.
The therapist part confused me, and still like it was like she was such a big part of season 2. Then it was like she goes away, but she doesn't really go away. But like, did the actress just like was she not available for shooting? Like, did she just not have the schedule? Because it's like they would only randomly feature her, and it's like, oh well, Ted still talks to her, but then she gets this big long like plot in like the final episode of the series where she was all excited, and it's just like. I don't know. Like I liked her as a character. I just thought it was weird that she just kind of disappeared, but then was such a big part of the finale. Even though like she kind of gave Ted the acceptance he needed. I think I get like the part she played. I just thought season 3 kind of had a bunch of weird shit. Like the way that if you had told me like that West Ham and Nate were gonna be out of the story because Nate was gonna quit. Like if you're like, oh, Rupert's gonna have like sexual allegations against him. It's like I could see that absolutely. So that played part of it. And then I liked. Rebecca's friend Sassy when she was kind of talking shit to him when they were playing. But then the whole like Nate leaving the way he did leave, like I thought there was going to be a lot more blow up where it was like the last thing you really see, like all that stuff happened off camera, like all the important stuff. I feel like the 3 biggest moments of the show happened off camera, and that was Colin coming out as gay, which I completely get why they didn't put like how he phrased everything to the team. Like that was more like, well, I said it to the team. That's all I care about. Like that was kind of a thing. Ted saying like, I got some big news. And then that being his, like, I'm out, I'm leaving. Like,
and then the next
never
episode,
saw that.
Everyone knows that he's leaving. It's like, oh, okay.
And then Nate leaving West Ham after the last thing we saw was Rupert and him going out. Rupert's got like the hookers or whatever, and Nate's like, I'm gonna go back. And then you just see like, oh, and the Wonder Kid, he's out at West Ham, and you're like, wait, why? What did he say? Like, why did he say it? What did he say exactly? Like, we didn't see any of that. So those were 3 big plot points. But like, please, let's show more of Keeley hooking up with this Twitter looking dude, the Twitter chick for whatever, and like then like keep running around with that, and then like, oh no, now she's got to deal with not having a PR firm. But wait, her rich friend can just buy the PR firm. Like, I don't care. I do not care. There's a lot of that. I thought the Roy Kent development was good this season.
Jamie, when he asked
to
become a diamond dog. Oh, that was good.
Can I be a diamond dog? That was good. There's a lot of stuff that came full circle. Like going back to Rupert getting called a wanker instead of Ted being the wanker from the first season. The kid that did the selfie was the same kid.
The Ussy, which I like that.
Yeah. I think he called it that in the first one. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that the season 3 was lazy, but they wrapped it up when they needed to.
During the press conference, when Ted had no idea how the offside rule worked, and then in the season finale, he was the only one that picked up that West Ham's goal was offside.
He was like, yeah, what are you laughing at?
It's offside.
He's offside. 14 was offside. And then I didn't realize it was the coach from the first episode until TikTok showed me.
I didn't catch that.
She was like, put your balls away. And I was like, okay, well, I saw him for like 5 seconds of the first episode of the series. So I kind of want to go back and do a rewatch of like the whole series as a whole, and then just be like, what do I think of it? Because it was like, we saw Ted Lasso at a time where it was like, this is awesome. Oh my God, have you seen Ted Lasso? And then like season 2 came out. I was like, dude, Ted Lasso's back. And everybody got to ride that. And then we were like, all right, final season. Like you didn't have the, I feel like if there's one more season of it, we might be like, I just didn't love this. I don't really care about it anymore. But it was like, because you're like riding the high of the first season, everybody watched the second season, and then we're like, it's the final season. How are they going to end it? So like, it still got everybody's attention for such like a short burn.
That'd be a good podcast. You talking about each episode? Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah, maybe. I'm sure that there's definitely going to be a podcast with somebody from the cast that does that, and then it'll be way better than me taking it down.
I'm just trying to think about what you could do, like pass the lasso, bro. No, it doesn't work.
Lasso the gravy.
Well, also obviously you could call it TED Talk, but I'm pretty sure someone's already taken that idea. Yeah. Final. Yeah, I thought that, like you're saying, the storyline with Nate was a little bit jankety throughout the whole show, where he was like this timid kit man, and then all of a sudden he was this evil. I'm going to destroy Richmond, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, I feel bad now," and it's like
you like didn't see a downfall, and it's like, I'm not saying we do need a little bit of a downfall. Like there was no, and then like they were just like, all right, and your punishment is you got to pay all this for the fines for not showing up to any practices. Okay, and I get like Ted Lasso is all about like kindness and accepting people for who they are and being curious and not judgmental and all of that, and we see that with Jamie and Roy, and we see that with all that stuff throughout the show. So I understand like bringing Nate back, but it's like we don't get like, I wanted some conflict. We didn't get any conflict. And then to be like, oh, cool, like the final match of the season, it's like if Nate was miserable at West Ham and he's still the manager, like that makes sense if like West Ham were to lose to Richmond. Like, wouldn't that have been a better ending, I feel like? Been like, oh, they beat Nate finally. But then Nate's like, look, I'm sorry, Ted. Nate gets his apology there. I mean, his apology scene was good, but it was like the last episode we had to wait for that.
Shocking. Bobby McFundables, I can't wait until the next season. Well,
boy, oh boy.
I don't think Ted's going to be in, but I have heard there's potentials for a lot of spin-offs, which I wouldn't be shocked to see. Like your favorite character, Keeley, running AFC Richmond's women's team. That could be a
That's the
thing.
most likely one, I feel like. Which you could get the like Easter eggs, like, oh look, Danny Rojas. They ran into him on the pitch training. Where like he can do like you can have the cameos from Jamie Tart, so like they don't have to completely go away, but like you don't ever have to see Beard unless Beard wants to pop up or whatever. And
My
then we just
favorite
have
idea.
it'll be the same show again though.
My favorite idea would be, because now they've both been turned down, so they're both single and ready to mingle. Like in the off season, just like a quick, like maybe a 6 episodes of Jamie and Roy going on a European vacation, enjoying the summer break together.
The Netherlands.
That'd be fun. That each week's them in a different European city. That could be fun.
And Keely has to date 2 separate women's players too, just to continue her storyline of dating everybody.
Maybe Danny Rojas' 2 girlfriends can be in the team as well.
Good for Danny, dude.
They are going to have a soccer manager coach football for the NFL. Oh, I should mention, yeah, like Roy goes over, becomes an NFL head coach.
Oh, there's no chance Roy Kent would do that ever. It's weird when you hear Brett Goldstein talk, who plays him, and like it's like just because he doesn't sound like him. So I'm so used to like when I can't remember what's his face from Walking Dead, when that guy that played Rick Grimes would talk, and Andrew Jefferson. Yeah,
I remember because I got introduced to him.
Well, you know, when I was on Walking Dead, I'm like, what? Love Actually, right?
No, it was. I've never watched Love Actually. Are you kidding me? But no, there was a TV show called Teachers in the UK, and it was like a sitcom-y, not a sitcom, but you know, it was like a show that's slightly funny. I don't know how it's like a dramedy, whatever they're called. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was one of the teachers in that. He was very good. So that was weird listening to him in an American accent. The one that got me was when I only learned about Idris Elba from watching The Wire.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing him interviewed in England, and suddenly it's like, whoa, that's your real voice. Okay. But yeah, there's weird because the guy who plays Brett Goldstein, that's him. Because he has a podcast called Movies
I'd like to be buried with.
Something and whenever I hear him promoting that on the radio, he sounds very shy and it's very weird. So yeah, I do a podcast and it's about movies, and then I ask my guests, I'm gonna do. It's like, what? It's very bizarre. But there you go.
But then Nate was supposed. Was it Drifters? I think is the name of it. Did you ever watch that? Supposedly it was like a big British show, and like Nate was a big character in that. And he was a character in that because everybody on Reddit's always like, "Oh my god, I loved him forever."
Let me Nate. Real name is.
His name is Nick Muhammad. We don't have. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
His name's what?
Nick Muhammad.
So he was in a show called. Jesus Christ, he's done a lot of TV.
Apparently, he was always just a funny dude, popped around everywhere.
Apparently, in 2018, he voiced the character Finley for 23 episodes in an animated show called Space Chickens in Space.
Solid. He
did a lot of kids' TV show. He was in a children's sketch comedy TV series from 2008 to 2011 called Sorry, I've Got No Head. Okay.
Solid.
Right, Drifters, there we go. British sitcom. No idea. I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now because that will be horrific content. But yeah, there you go. That's a TED Talk. Solid show. Yeah, I guess that wraps it up until next week, because when we're talking about West Ham winning the Europa League. But
hell yeah, dude.
Because it's Monday, we get different days. You get 2 days to explain. So Tuesday, tomorrow, I guess, because I know you have that. You just release as soon as you record, so you don't care. So
so we get day
tomorrow.
Day early.
What's on the run sheet? What are the good folks at the Gravy Gang got to look forward to tomorrow?
Oh, well, a lot of times I'll have like a drunk idea and I'll just put it on my little prep sheet I have. And I have maybe one of my best all-time drunk ideas that I get to share with everybody. It's not a good idea, but I thought it was a great idea at some point. And it's got every little detail. Like I'm talking, it's like a 20-line description of a really bad restaurant idea that I just came up with. Where like, and we'll also have this and this and this. So I'm going to read line by line my terrible idea that I think is maybe not that bad of an idea. We're talking about unions because Taylor Swift fans are unionizing. I didn't know that could happen.
I saw that.
And then we're going to talk about dudes wearing tampons. We're going to tell you guys what's not cool and answer some of your questions. What do we got to look forward to on Waffle Box?
On Wednesday. So yeah, first time you get to listen to Past Gravy first. New Waffle Box on Wednesday where we talk about the bizarre story coming out of Japan because this is a real price of the pandemic. Apparently, there's a lot of people in Japan who have forgot how to smile because they're so used to wearing masks.
Yeah.
And there's actually people charging for smile lessons. So we're going to discuss how bizarre that is. And then also talking about the guy who robbed the bank successfully by using a duck hunt gun from Nintendo. Duck cunt gun. And obviously, Chris's movie review talking about the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse or whatever the hell that is called, and feel good story and all that good stuff, usual stuff coming up on Waffle Box on Wednesday. So check those out at Pasta Gravy Pod and at Waffle Box Pod on all your social medias. Make sure you do that. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube
tonight, if you're looking for something else to do tonight and you're watching us live, I will be on at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, New York Giants Rush. If you want to just go search NY Giants Rush on YouTube, we're going to be talking Jalen Hyatt, and we're going to be talking offensive line and Giants receivers. So that's what I will be doing in about another hour. You want to hang out?
Make sure you slip in a nice plug for this show.
I'll do what I can. I got you.
And timestamp it so I can clip it. There you go. All right, beautiful. So wrap that up. Check that out. And then we will be back on our usual day and time for this season's finale, the last show of season 3 of Claret and Big Blue. Next Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. But until next week, don't forget.
Seahorses forever.
See you next Tuesday.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown.
Can't hear shit.
Never mind.